Now, we had fun roasting them all, Rachel, but let's reiterate, we are very pro-giving, pro-generosity. It should be a regular thing you do with your time and your money, and not just when tragedy strikes or when a GoFundMe hits you right. So if you want to help a stranger by going to Burning Man and the spirit moved you to give some money, knock your socks off.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that.
No, but I think, yes, having a spirit of generosity, I think, is really important. And studies show that you are a happier person when you give. Like, there is something about it. And I would say, too, challenge yourself not to give out of the motivation of what you're going to get, your happiness, because we know that now. But it's like, it's the decent human thing to do. When you see people in need, right? When there's situations that need help, like, fill in the gap in life, right? That makes the world go round.
Yes.
And then you get the benefit of being happier.
Yeah, there's a lot of scientific benefits. There's a lot of spiritual benefits. And think about the last time you gave. It felt amazing.
Yes.
Even more than when you receive.
Yep. And if your giving becomes stale, because we have a lot of people that have been watching Ramsey stuff for
They're like,
10 plus years. Some of y'all are the hardcore, yes, Ramsey people, which is great. So a lot of people, we've been talking about giving and giving 10%, and that's always been a core part of our message. So a lot of people do that. But I will say, Winston and I found that sometimes, like, when it's just kind of automatic, you don't always feel the impacts, right? Like, there's something about having
it's not always magical.
Spontaneous moments, though, to put back in, to like bring life back to your giving if you feel like it has gotten stale. So find some creative ways to do some stuff for people, like individuals. I always think that's fun. And you may not get like the tax write-off or whatever, but like throw all that out the window. Just like let the spirit move. And it's really fun to help individuals when you know. So like the GoFundMes we joked about, right? But sometimes you will see individuals that truly do need help. And if you have the ability and the margin, that's one of the reasons you want to win with money. It's not just to keep giving to yourself. It is to be a generous giver.
Beautiful reminder. And the way I have made this a habit is in my every dollar budget, I have a line item for spontaneous giving.
Yes.
I call it like the Bless Up Fund. You can have whatever clever name you want, but it's just a way for me to basically plan for the spontaneous so that if an opportunity arises, I don't have to go, oh gosh, I didn't budget for that. You just have it ready to go. So if you guys want to check out Every Dollar, we will put a link in the show notes and you can create your own line item for giving.
Yeah, that makes it really fun. Super, super fun.
It's a good time. Now, on the flip side, depending on the generosity of others, it's not great to just your whole life to go, I need this to happen or else. You've got to be able to take care of your own needs and work to afford your goals and wants. That's kind of part of the roasting, is just put some sacrifice in, work for it, make some money, and don't expect everyone else to fund all of your dreams. And if you're ever genuinely in need or you're being randomly blessed, receive it graciously. I love this quote, don't block a blessing. If somebody wants to give, it's not up to you to say, no, I can't. No, don't try to humble your way out of it. Just say, thank you so much. That is so kind.
That's good.
Let them get the benefit. It's not all about you.
As you're receiving it. Yeah. No, that's fair. I think that's good. That's really good. Yeah. And I will say, too, the internet is a beautiful place that if stuff does happen and tragedy, real tragedy does strike, it is a place that, you get to understand and learn about other people and their stories and their situations. And if you have the means and maybe you know someone or you're 1 degree separated or not, and you're like, no, this is something I want to give to, it really is a beautiful thing. And GoFundMe, it is a great website to be able to do that, right? So you see, you can go on there and there's so many different categories and situations and everything. And so, some of it's heartbreaking. It is. It's just, it's horrible. But yeah, I always find with whether it's like medical events that come up, people can use that and they're able to email out those links and people are able to help because especially medical bills, it's one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in America. So to help like bridge the gap there, I think is like a really beautiful thing. And then some other spontaneous stuff. Carlos Whitaker, we were talking, he does a great job with generosity, but he even did like a GoFundMe with a piano player at an airport.
Oh, I saw that.
And he raised like
60 grand.
Was it 60 grand? I'll say 50 grand or something. It's like spontaneous moments like that you're able to get people involved. It's just it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful world we live in.
Yes. And here's one of my favorite GoFundMe success stories. Here's the campaign. Support Rockstar Pizza Driver's dedication. Here it is. Pizza delivery driver delivers pizza half a mile on foot in a snowstorm to an affluent neighborhood only to receive a $2 tip. This is me when I did the Instacart driving. This is this is my version of it.
All the sacrifice.
A police officer witnessed the whole thing. The police officer puts it on TikTok and viewers wanted to donate to him. So the officer created a GoFundMe to raise $500 in honor of this guy's work ethic. And he raised over $45,000.
No. See, I like that.
It gives you faith in humanity a little bit.
And I like that it wasn't him that created the GoFundMe. It's something about someone else seeing a situation. I think people are more up to give to that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what that is. What do you think's behind
versus
that?
the driver is like, oh my gosh, I only got a $2 tip. Does anyone want to give me a GoFundMe? Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel bad for me. It's kind of that, like, they're not asking for it. And you almost want to bless that because it's like the unexpected blessing.
Yes. In the fact that someone else has the heart to create this and try to. There's something about that.
I love
that's
it.
very beautiful. Yeah. There's a guy, Jimmy Darts, who's out there, and he was actually on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
Wonderful guy. And so what he does is he'll go up to people in need. He'll kind of source stories locally and say, hey, does anyone know someone in need in this area? He'll vibe it out. He'll surprise them, find them in a Walmart and go, hey, do you have $1 for me? I'm hungry or I need a bus ticket. And they'll give him $1. And he goes, hey, since you were so nice to me, here's $500. And they're always taken aback.
Oh, yes.
But it doesn't stop there. He then shares that video on social media. It gets millions of views, and he starts a GoFundMe for each of them, raising another $50,000 to $100,000.
Oh my gosh, for each individual.
For each individual. And he does this every single week. So here's the latest GoFundMe. I just pulled it up to see what he's up to.
Okay.
So let's help get Jeff off the streets. So it's a guy who's experiencing homelessness. He works at Sprouts now, and he was sleeping outside. And so he ran into him. They went through this whole situation. The GoFundMe currently has almost $90,000 raised out of a $100,000 goal. 3 days it's been up.
Stop it.
And so that's all he does is he spotlights people in need, gets a community around them. And so that really does inspire me. And this is probably the best use of GoFundMe instead of drugs, booze, and Burning Man.
I would agree. And when Jesus says, did you feed me when I was hungry?
There it is.
He gets front of the line.
That's right. Extra jewel on the crown in heaven.
100%.
Meanwhile, they're going to be like, why didn't you give to that girl who wanted to go on her journey? I'm like, oh, dang it. I didn't think this would come back to haunt me.
Gave to the bride. She booked wrong tickets.
Yikes.
Yeah, given to the people actually in deep need. It's fair.
That was fun. It does make me want to give more seeing these stories.
Oh, for sure. It's beautiful.